Welcome back to Behind the Drama. Today we're joined by 90 Day Fiancé stars Sarper and Shekinah. How are you both feeling today?
Feel good.
Feel good.
So excited to chat with you about this season of 90 Day. You're on the new season. What can you tease about what we're going to see with your journey?
Ooh, what can we tease? There's a lot coming up, and I actually feel like I've forgotten a lot of what we filmed, so I'm excited to watch and just relive those moments, remember everything. There's a lot of special ones coming up, so.
Our relationships are just like a roller coaster, you know? Even I cannot imagine what will happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
With Shekinah, yeah. Everything is a surprise, every day is a... So I left that planning thing aside and I carpe diem, live the day.
He was always such a planner. He needed to know what was coming next. He'd schedule out his life, and now, you know, he has to be on autopilot, just whatever comes, we just flow with it.
Every morning, another surprise.
Now you are obviously in LA. Can you talk a little bit about the differences between LA and Turkey and how you're liking it here so far?
Oh, yeah, a lot of differences here. I like the weather. The LA weather is the best in the world, I can easily say that. But, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of, every day I experience a new difference. Let me give you an example if you wish. I mean, recently I went to a barber shop. It's so simple, right? Barber shop has to be barber shop. There's a barber that cuts your hair. I sat down normally. In Turkey, the barber turns around you and cuts your hair and you look at the mirror. But here, I sat down and he started to turn me. I was just like going like this I cannot even see the mirror. I have to see it because I mean you are doing my hair and let me intervene if you are making something wrong. No, he was turning me. I was face to face with other clients.
So you're not used to swivel chairs.
No, I saw a distant mirror there and I was just, and then he turned me again. I mean,
he doesn't want you to see until he's finished.
They like it to be a surprise.
I feel like a kebab. You know, when you cook a kebab, they like this. I mean, why?
Like this side is done, let's turn to the other side.
I mean, it is simple. I mean, normally, I have to be the earth and you have to be the moon as the barber. But vice versa. I am the one always turning around.
You want him to orbit around you.
So this kind of little stuff every day, you know, I'm facing up.
Yeah.
Did you like how it turned out? Did he do a good job?
Not really.
Not really.
Okay. Maybe that's why he had to
Because
turn
I
around.
couldn't say. It's a surprise. You know, at the end, he turned me. Okay,
You had no
how is it?
control over the process.
You didn't ask me.
Sarper's a control freak. He needs to be in charge.
I mean, I can understand hair is like important, so I can understand that feeling.
But I went many countries. I never saw that. I mean, normally the barber has to be the one that turning around you, but right here, you are the one. I feel like a victim here. You know.
Oh my God.
I mean, besides the barber, how are you adjusting to life in the States? Has there been anything that shocked you about being here?
Yeah, I mean, it's overwhelming for me because I left a life behind, where I was so independent, and a single house, single life. But right now everything changed. I mean, a lot of new responsibilities, new duties in my life.
He had to adjust to living with someone in my home. You know, he moved here into my place, and I have a certain way I like to do things. So that was a big adjustment, is him just adapting to how I like my house to look. And
that was my next question, is how are you doing with this? I feel like it's a big change, even having someone move in that is not coming from another country. Like that's multiple things that is like a lot of change. How are you doing with this?
Well, I'm a person that loves to be alone. So I really loved my alone time, loved, you know, being in my own space. So inviting someone into that, they have to be like a very special person to have that place in my world. And, you know, I love Sarper. I wanted to share my life with him, but there were a lot of difficult.
It is so difficult for her too.
Just to cohabit, you know, and I just made it clear to him, don't leave a footprint around the house. I don't want to see that you made a coffee here. I don't want to see that you did this or that, you know. Pick up after yourself. But he was a bachelor for so long that he had a housekeeper that came in and would clean up after him, and I'm not a housekeeper, so.
Don't put your coffee cup there. Don't put your socks there. I mean, always new things.
And it makes fights erupt over small things. So it can just be, you know, we get on each other's nerves, and we're having to learn how to deal with that.
I understand that. I feel like living together is like the biggest adjustment, not even like getting married, because like I'm married, and I feel like when we moved in together, that was the biggest like clash, that moment.
Totally, it's hard.
It's difficult, you know. I mean, it's her rules right now. In Turkey, when we were living in Turkey together, it was easy because I was dominant guy, I was the alpha male, I was the trend and rule setter, and she was happy with that.
And he had no rules in his house.
And
Like he didn't
no
care
rules.
how, what a mess it was. Or
And it was fun. But here, right now, she is the one. She wants to be the dominant part, and I don't accept that. So we have a lot of
yeah.
struggles.
I don't want to be. It's just like, this is my world and I have to teach him how to live in it. So
Do you think you'll eventually find a new place together, or do you want to continue staying where you're at?
we've
see.
agreed that that's important. Like, you know, there is like a certain feel to him moving into my place, you know, and I feel like if we find a place together and move into it together, that would be a better dynamic.
Yeah. I mean, this is her house. Whatever happens, it won't change. I mean,
Yeah.
I am the guest here. And she feels that way. Even she doesn't want to think about that, she thinks that way. And it's her rules. So if we go to another place together, if we build it together,
Yeah.
it will be our place.
That'll be better.
And how has your relationship been affected since being together more often as opposed to traveling to Turkey to see Sarper?
Yeah, it's 24/7.
I mean, if I couldn't get K1 visa, probably we would be break up because I didn't want, or she also the same.
We couldn't do long
We
distance
couldn't.
anymore.
I,
It was so
I hated
hard.
it. I mean, you know, it's so difficult. I mean, a lot of problems, mistrust. Right now, I mean, I'm on paper, I was the worst guy, you know, the most chaotic, a bad boy. But right now, she saw that I am a trustworthy guy because
Yeah.
I said to her, I won't cheat on you. I'm not planning that. But when I was in a long distance relation, when I was in Turkey, whatever I say, it doesn't matter. She doesn't trust me, you know. Where is Sarper? Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? What's happening there? And I feel so interrogated and I was so defensive. Right now, at least we don't have that problem here.
Yeah, we're always together. The trust has really improved. I've seen him now in the LA night scene. I've seen him surrounded by beautiful women that are giving him a lot of attention.
Girls hit on me and
I needed to
she
see
sees.
how he responded to that kind of attention. I never saw that in Turkey. So I trust him a lot more now that I've seen how he acts in those situations.
Well, we have seen you on the show grow a lot as a person. What has it been like for you, like seeing him grow and change? I feel like so much, like for the better.
Yeah. I feel like I always knew that this side of Sarper was in there, and just seeing it slowly come out has been such a beautiful process, and it's been painful too because I know it's difficult to change, especially when you're in your 40s, you know. So I give him so much credit for all the change that he's done, and I've encouraged it over the years. And, you know, it's nice to see this progression. And it's
Yeah.
the reason we're together today. You know, if he wouldn't have changed in all these ways,
I
we wouldn't
always
have had
say
a chance.
she played a gamble on me. I mean, because on paper I was the worst guy. You know, it was so difficult to be with such a guy. But she played a gamble. She came to Turkey like 7 times. And she won. Here I am.
Yeah, I was taking a risk for sure, you know, because there was no guarantee he was going to make any changes. And I was making a big commitment, not knowing if this was going to play out. And so it's really nice to see that he was able to be a committed, monogamous guy.
Well, you both seem really happy, so I'm glad things are working out for you.
Yeah.
Now, we saw how nervous you both were to tell Sarper's family about the visa being approved. What was going through both of your heads during that moment?
No. I mean, it was difficult because I am the only child of my family. I don't have any brothers or sisters. And in Turkey, the child has to take care of the family when they get old. It's a thing. Maybe in US same, but it's so important for us. And at the time that I have to take care of them, I'm saying that I'm going and I don't know if I will come back. So it was so stressful for me.
Yeah. And for me, it was like I almost felt like I wasn't really there because I couldn't understand anything being said.
Sometimes it's good, you know, she doesn't understand,
thinks
she
it's a
doesn't
good
know what's
thing.
happening there.
But I feel like I'm in the dark, and there was a couple times they didn't show it, but I was like, tell me what's being said, and he was like, we're speaking Turkish, don't worry about it. And I'm like, I'm very aware you're speaking Turkish, and I'd like to be a part of it, but he was in the middle of a deep conversation with them, and it kind of takes you out of that to have to translate, so I just, you know, let it
It was so
happen.
overwhelming for me, you know, to tell them because they want me to be with the girl that I love, but also they want me with them. You know, it's a kind of a paradox for them.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, it's hard.
I feel like that must be difficult for any family to go through. But also I wanted to ask, what was the turning point in your relationship that you both knew that you wanted to make things work with each other no matter what?
To be honest, I don't know. I mean, when I met with her, she was a one-night stand for me. That was my plan. And something happened when she went back to US. You know, we kept talking, and she was so good. She had flaws. I saw a lot of flaws of her, and I love that because I don't like fake people. You know, she is real. She has flaws. Okay, let us talk. And she wanted to come again to Turkey. I said okay, but I wasn't expecting that, and I took her to another vacation
He
in
took
Turkey.
me on my first vacation I've ever had with a guy to this most beautiful resort I'd ever been to.
Because my house was dangerous that time. I mean, I had a lot of people in my life. It could be because I didn't think you serious. But in that vacation, something happened. We lived like 1 week together.
And it was so like easy. We fit so perfectly. Like, I
Yin
don't know,
yang.
we just had a flow. We wanted to do the same things at the same time. And it just seemed like we'd been together for years.
I mean, it's chemistry, you know?
Yeah.
In bed and out of bed, it's chemistry. It's
Well, when you
simple.
know, you know. Like
Yeah.
that I know that's
That's
like a
right.
cliche, but it's the truth. What is it about each other that makes this whole journey of traveling the world, moving countries, getting visas all worth it in the end?
Oh,
I think just like our love makes it worth it. And being together, we've experienced being apart and we know how painful that is and difficult. So being able to finally be together makes all those hard times worth it.
yeah. My life is conflict, you know? There's a scale, a lot of difficulties here, struggles, new country. I don't have a work permit, nothing. I don't have anything here right now. And my age of 45. And this is so heavy, but also
Yeah.
this is only Shekinah and our love. It's try to balance it, and this is the proof of my love to her, you know? Otherwise, I wouldn't do any of this, even 1% of this. If somebody told me that I would do such a thing 2 years ago, I would laugh at him with my ass. And I would probably say, you are delusional. It's impossible. But look at it. We have a Turkish saying, eat big bites, but don't say big words in this life. Because it finds you back, and it found me back. Cosmic justice. I said a lot of big words. Me, serious relationship, come on. Me,
He
going
said,
to another
yeah.
country, come on. Me, what happened? Huh? That
Here you
happened.
are.
Here I am.
Well, I'm glad that it was all worth it, and I'm glad you guys seem so
Thanks.
happy. But I also wanted to say, the 90-day fandom, they have a lot of opinions. They're not afraid to share them. How do you handle the haters on social media?
We are maybe the most hated couple first.
I don't think so.
No.
I can think of some more
They're
haters.
turning around,
I can-
yeah.
No, not now.
After the first
in
season,
in
we
our
felt
first
a
season,
lot of hate.
it was because
Yeah.
when I watch myself, I hated myself too. By the way, I mean, yeah, it can't reflect everything that we are having. And yes, on paper, it's the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of deeper. And right now, people started to understand, especially after tell-all of last season. They saw us more interaction with other people in real life, so they start to understand me. But it doesn't matter for me, you know. I don't care if they hate
Yeah,
me
we
or
know
love
the
me.
truth. We know
Yes.
what our relationship is really like. So all the outside noise just really doesn't play a big effect on us.
She was affected at first because a lot of hates, everything, and she has a daughter. She can read those comments, everything.
Yeah.
I
was the hardest.
handling-
Yeah.
Right now, we are okay with it, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't like some compliments. I like to read more hate.
He doesn't like compliments.
Yeah,
like even in
messages.
person, when people give compliments, he gets so uncomfortable. So the hate
I
is a
become
little
embarrassed
easier
and
for
shy.
him to
You know,
deal with.
I don't make compliments to me.
That was so funny.
Swear to me, say something bad.
Well, I do think the fans are seeing a new side of you, and
Yeah.
they're definitely more supportive. I feel like after last season and
Yeah.
everything that happened with you getting rid of the book and the bottles, I feel like they
Yeah.
saw like
Big
how
turning
committed you are.
point.
Yeah.
Yes.
They called us the artificial intelligence couple first.
Oh my gosh, I get called AI all the time too.
AI.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
a compliment because
She
AI
likes
is
it,
like
but-
engineered perfect.
Right? They saw that everything we do is fake. Nothing is fake. Everything that we have, real. We are not normal. Any way, but we are unique. In our dynamics are different than normal, and people start to get used to it. You know, by watching it. I think so.
Looking back at your time on the series, is there anything either of you would change, or is the past the past?
I don't know if I would change anything. I think all of it is just part of our story, you know, so it's every part is important. I feel like I wish our long distance didn't last as long as it did. I wish the visa process was easier. I wish telling his parents was easier. So many things could have been easier, but the difficulty kind of, shows how strong our love is. We survived everything, so at the end I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Would you? I think you're dying to say something you would change.
She understands. Maybe we could keep one of my trophies.
Really?
Black book. Huh?
You wish you kept that?
No, but I mean, I
Why?
destroyed it for you. Okay, that was a proof of my love and commitment to you, but we could keep it.
For what?
We could look at it and say, wow, what a big change Sarper had.
Oh my God.
You can just watch the old episodes.
Yeah, we can just watch the old episodes. There we go.
Yeah. Can you describe the season of 90 Day in 3 words?
This season?
Maybe about your journey.
I feel like it's full of very romantic moments.
Ours?
There's some very romantic moments. Yes.
Really?
You're forgetting them? Really?
I don't remember any romantic
Okay,
ones.
I felt like they were romantic.
I would call it roller coaster, the
Yeah,
biggest
there was
one.
some difficult moments. Yeah, so difficult, sweet, romantic. What
She is
else?
so optimistic. It's not.
Okay, what are your 3 words?
It's so chaotic. Roller coaster
It's 2 words.
and unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Normally I say something about that. I mean, in a happiness level, normally I was before Shekinah always 4, 5, 6 in my life. Calm, quiet. But right now I am 10, 9, 10 or 0, 1.
Yeah.
Mostly 1, 0, 1.
There's a lot of 10s this season and a lot of 1s.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's a good way to describe it.
Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Behind the Drama. Make sure to tune in to 90 Day Fiancé on Sunday nights to see more of Sarper and Shekinah's journey. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.